Hi folks, I'm just going to start talking anyway. Welcome to Sauckland Farm, native and wild meat boxes, the Lothian larder, all taking place here at Sauckland Path Head. We are just south of Edinburgh in Midlothian. Not such a nice day, or been such a nice week since the last time we spoke, a couple of weeks ago. Had a beautiful lambing day, and it's been pretty horrendous the last few days. We can expand a bit on that, but yeah, just for anyone who doesn't know, we run just under 2,000 breeding ewes here at Sauckland, and there's 100 suckler cows. We lamb outdoors starting on the 15th of April. And we have a mix of ewes, but it's really a maternal composite that we've been breeding ourselves for the last few years, selecting for good mothering and easier lambing, very much a forage based system. And hi there guys, lots of people from, there we go, all over joining in now. Wisconsin, hi, hello, Balerno, tropical. So yeah, I'm just explaining a wee bit about our system. So we lamb outside in paddocks. Obviously I'm standing in a shed full of lambing sheep here, but as some of you will know, the weather has changed for the worse. We've brought in the hogs, so we lamb hogs, which are 1-year-old ewe lambs that are mated, and then lamb at 1-year-old, and they are now in the shed, and we are lambing them and popping them into a pen for a couple of days, and then once the lambs are strong enough, we're popping them outside. So yeah, I'll just start. I'll flip round and we can have a wee wander around. So this is, we've got a wee hog on here just now. She's just been, I'm not actually sure how long she's been on for, probably about half an hour. She wasn't on when I started lunch half an hour ago. And she is just getting down to push. One of the things about hogs is we have to give them plenty time. This is their first experience lambing, and we mate them to a Russin or sometimes a Shetland. This year we've used Russins, which gives us a very small, vigorous lamb, and a good positive first experience for these hogs. We don't want to be pulling any monsters out of them. They're still growing and developing, so we like to give them a nice, easy first experience, and they can rear that lamb pretty well. Looks like we've got another one on over here. So these are fire-away questions. I'm just myself at the moment, guys, so if I can answer, I shall. Holly, my glamorous assistant, has just arrived. She starts at 1 o'clock. I didn't tell her we're doing this again, so she's probably hiding from me. But yeah, you can hear over there, she's another one that's pushing away. But actually they've been doing really, really well lambing themselves. The danger is that you rush in and you want to try and help, but in fact you just make it even worse by trying to pull out a lamb that isn't ready to come out. They take a bit more time to open up. Just open up that cervix, and as long as we can see the lambs being well presented, we give her every opportunity here to lamb unassisted. That's really important to our system for when they lamb outside, and we want them to do all the work and not try and not get involved, or at least is not where possible. So in the shed situation we will let them lamb here, and then we'll pop them into a pen. Oh, there's Auntie Maggie from the Scottish Borders. Hi Mags. So how many do you lamb? We lamb, it's about 1,750 lambing at the moment, or have lambed. We're probably 90% of the way through, 95% I would say. Just got a few left. So here we go. Here's a kind of typical Sauckland maternal composite. She's quite a narrow, or not narrow, but she's not overly extreme. She's selected for her maternal traits, so good lambing, good milk, Quite a nice looking sheep I like. And then this is a wee Russin lamb, which is a French breed, but typically quite small and vigorous. Nice easy lambing. Our only concern, which has been a problem this year, is they're maybe lacking a wee bit of hair on their head. And obviously in this cold weather, which we're experiencing this year, which has been, you know, really devastating to a lot of flocks around Scotland and the UK. I'm really sorry to hear some of the tragic stories of losses. We actually had a really bad night on Monday. We brought in everything we could. We knew the weather was coming, but unfortunately we lost 64 lambs on Monday night. Really bad. That was probably over Monday night, Tuesday morning, and then there was a bit of a fallout of lambs that just, you know, took up too much of a doing. And the weather, the rain was coming sideways, it was freezing cold. Yeah, they just didn't stand a chance. We actually moved a lot of sheep around into pens that were more sheltered, into fields, sorry, that were more sheltered. But the wind actually swept around during the night and started coming in from the north. It was going in from the east, the south in the evening. So it changed, which caused a lot of problems. Some of the sheep got caught on the wrong side of the hedges and stuff. And yeah, just quite a lot of losses. It was really sad. So here we have another. These are all hogs, like I say. All doing pretty well. They're really good mothers, we find. This red mark on their shoulder is just, or their middle there is just from the scan. So when they were ultrasound scanned, he put a red dot on for ones that were having a single. So yeah, I know 64 sounds horrendous. I think it is horrendous. There's no getting away from that. We have about 3,000 lambs on the farm, so to put it into perspective, it's you know, it's a small amount, and we typically try and target below 10% losses. So if we scan 3,300, we'd hope to have 3,000 lambs at the end of lambing. So we lose some for various reasons. Some are reabsorbed, some are lost just born stillborn, some are lost to the elements, some are lost to predation. We have foxes, we have black-backed gulls, we have ravens, we have badgers, we have sheep that do silly things like lambs that jump into water troughs, and there's all sorts of reasons sheep find a way, unfortunately, to cause themselves trouble. But on the whole, we have a very productive outdoor flock, and they're very much suited to lambing outside. So I'm just going to watch here. I think what we might try and do is catch one of these and lamb it, hopefully. Just going to give her as much time as possible. See, that one's got the feet there, but not, I wouldn't say she's overly, what's the term I use, dilated, I think. I'll have a wee look at this girl here. So I think we've got feet and a mouth there, and that looks like a slight tongue. So I think I'm going to get Holly to come and take over, or I'm going to try and catch this hog. Hang on a sec. Holly! Joys of working alone at the moment. See, the weather started to rain. Holly, hi Holly, come and help me. This is Holly, my glamorous lambing assistant.
Don't look very glamorous today.
She looks fantastic, looks better than I do. Right, you're going to hold the phone, and I'm going. You can talk away.
Oh no, it's too much pressure. Nope, getting the jacket off, it's getting serious.
happy. The tongue's not swollen yet, but it's risk of doing that if I don't intervene. Some lambs are bigger than others. That's one leg forward. Just going to pop the other one out. And hopefully. There we go.
Oh, ta-da!
See that? Ta-da! Magic. We like to just give them a wee. I think that one's almost perfect, really, for what you wanted. Just tickle its nose, get that wee cough and a splutter, try and get those lungs inflated. Good. And I'll take it round to Mum to let her do some licking. You got a pen ready, Holly? Is there one? Do you want to have a look or point if there's one in
Is there a pen? There's one there. Bring it. Thanks. Hang on.
Just take it right.
Show you some lambs. Yeah, there's one here. Yep, it's all ready.
Let's go and get baby. Nice fresh bed.
There you go, Mommy.
To ask. So
Little lamb.
what we tend to do is this is a oral antibiotic we give to anything that's born indoors, just to prevent things like watery mouth. So you just get a wee squirt of that over the back of the tongue. One of those, and then hide in the navel, just to help dry it up and prevent any bacteria or bugs getting. I think a bit of pressure to.
I know.
Right, okay.
Can't mess up.
I should have had my gloves on for this, but under the pressure of the live video I forgot to put one on, but anyway. So that's nicely iodined. And I'll do that again probably in an hour's time. We're going to film in there and see what's going on.
There you go.
So Mum's already obviously licking it, and lambs, look at how quickly that lamb's trying to get onto its feet. Be less than 5 minutes old.
Oh.
That is actually quite a big lamb for a hog. You wouldn't like to see them quite as big as that, but you do get them. Hence why I had to give it a wee assist. She might have managed to pop it out herself, but I think under the circumstances it was the right thing to do. And you can see it's not held it back any. It's going to hopefully stand within a couple of minutes, and it'll be looking for latching on to that teat to get its first drink of colostrum. Any questions coming in?
No questions.
We actually got another one on as well, but I don't think she's quite as far along. So shall we, I'll go and wash my hands and we'll nip down to the shed and see what you're doing.
Off to eat.
Okay. How is it being a camera lady, Holly?
A lot of pressure.
Hi Jamie. Jamie's just heading off for the
Right, Jamie, moment. 5 minutes of fame.
Theory test, so he's going to be
Woo!
good luck. You've done your homework. You're going to pass. Good. That's the attitude. Right, excellent. Good luck. Yep, we'll see you tomorrow. Yep. Great stuff. stuff. Thanks, Jamie. So Jamie's our apprentice here at Scotland. He's been with us for about maybe since July, and he's just sitting his driving theory test. So he's not able to drive legally on the roads yet. He doesn't drive at all on the roads, of course, but just he can drive the quad bike. He's got his test for that passed. So we just need him now to pass his driver's license, and then he can take some lambs out to the field and such.
We have a question. Will Mum have her cleaned up during the day?
Yeah, Mum will have 12 hours, I would think.
Sorry, we've got a rave going on down here.
So this is the pen or the hay shed that as I explained the last time, because we lamb outside, we bring in problems, things that maybe need a bit of assistance, and then for whatever reason, or they have a dead lamb and we want to twin one on, we bring them into these pens, and they'll be in here for a day or two, and then they will go back to the field. Over here we have our pet pen. So these are lambs which don't have any mums, unfortunately, anymore. They have all been fed by hand and are being continued to be fed by hand. There'll be various reasons why they're in here. Some are triplets, some are their mum didn't have enough milk for two, and some unfortunately just got lost in the melee of weather we had on Monday night, and were literally on the brink of dying from hypothermia, and we brought them into the box, the heat box, and we managed to revive them with some heat and some warm milk. Sometimes, in some cases, we put some glucose straight into their abdomen, and yeah, they really do. It's amazing how they can recover. And but unfortunately now we don't know who their mother was, or their mother no longer taken back. So we've now got them as a pet, which we will try and foster onto another ewe as and when we get the opportunity. Have you got any other interesting cases here, Holly?
Not really at the moment. This one here has just had its the skin taken off it, so she's quite happy with it. She's adopted it. She's pleased.
Yeah, ideal. That's what we want.
Yep.
So in a situation where we maybe have a dead lamb, what we do is we actually skin that lamb, remove the jacket, or create a jacket using the dead lamb's skin, and we put it onto the new lamb like a jumper, and therefore that new lamb smells wearing the skin of the old lamb, so the mother then accepts it as its own lamb. We leave the skin on for ideally just 24 hours before it becomes too unpleasant for everybody, and then by that point mother has started to talk to lamb, and they've built up a bond, and the lamb then obviously knows who his new mum is, and the mum knows who his new lamb is, and then we can take the skin off, and yeah, the bond is made, and she accepts it as if it's her own, and she'll rear it.
Get up, lamb.
So I think she's just telling it to get up, and you can see that big stretch there. It's a good sign when they do that. It's always a good sign they've got a full tummy. And she'll be just telling it, look, get up, show yourself, you're on TV.
Woo.
Or she'll be wanting it to feed.
Pose, lamb. How's your moment?
He's actually got this orphy nose, isn't he?
Mm.
It's the first one I've seen this year. So you can see this lamb. It's not so clever. We'll have to give that a bit of blue spray. You want to have a feed? But yeah, you can tell from that big stretch it's got a full tummy. She's been quite kind to it. All looks good. Now here we've got a situation I was in this morning. So this girl here, these are both her own lambs, but unfortunately one of the lambs, it was that wet and cold that she got separated from her lamb. It was chucking down the rain yesterday morning, and she got separated from her lamb, and we had to bring her into the pen, and we had to warm the lamb up in the box. As I said, it was literally on the brink of death. We managed to save it, and now it's back in the pen, but unfortunately Mum didn't recognise its smell, or for whatever reason she decided to reject it. So we've actually had to restrain her and tie her up for a couple of hours just to allow the lamb to feed, and then we'll let her off again so she can have a drink and something to eat, and then hopefully she'll start bonding with her lamb again and she'll let it feed. So that's the chat. That's what we're trying at the moment. Failing that, she goes into jail. She goes into the adopter pens.
Over here.
Which are over here. I don't think we have anything in.
Nope, I've just taken one out.
So last time you were here, we had I think a full house in one of them.
Yeah.
There was quite a few in there, and what we explained before was they've got a dry lie sitting inside. Well, I can't really explain it again, or should I? They go in there. They can't knock their lamb off. The lambs can feed. She gets water and silage, but she can't kick her lamb off, so therefore she accepts it after a couple of days. So what's the story over here?
That was another one that had a dead lamb and got a skin on, but she's happy with her lamb.
Hey girl. Yeah, that's a good sign. You just pick them up and you'll see a nice big stretch, hopefully. There we go. You wag of the tail. Good sign. It's a great outcome for a lamb that otherwise would have been a pet. And
Yep.
she would have not obviously been able to rear a lamb. So the skin has worked. Shall we nip round and see another side here?
Yeah.
So after.
No, any questions, guys? Come on, let's try and catch them out. Let's really test them.
Here's one with the skin on.
Yeah.
So this is an example of a bit we sheltered up just now, but this one's still wearing the skin. Come on, Lanny. First.
Sleeping.
You can see she's very kind, she's smelling it. It's wearing a skin, so its body smells obviously of a former lamb. And then she gets to bond with it. And then if we take that jacket off, maybe even tonight, I'm sure she'll accept that lamb as her own, and that lamb will be happy, and off to the field they'll go.
With this new mummy.
So once they've been in the pen for a couple of days, we put them into these bigger pens. We give them a couple of days, a day in here just to make sure that the what the story is.
Yeah, I don't think she's got any of her lambs anymore.
So
No.
they come in here for a couple of days, and this also gives them an opportunity to mix with other sheep and get used to finding mum amongst other sheep, because obviously in the small pen it's too easy, and you know, when you don't want to go and chuck them out into a big field with hundreds of other sheep and then have no experience of finding mum. So this just gives them another opportunity to strengthen up, get another day in here, get to find mum amongst other sheep, and you know, they're all the better for it when they go to the field. Should we nip back up?
Oh, we have a question from Fern.
Yeah.
Why didn't you carry the lamb and the yow just follow you? The hog up there, why did you?
Hog. Probably because it's a hog. And
Yeah.
she would take the piss of it.
She might not follow very confidently.
Yeah. She would come eventually, but I just think, you know,
We may be here all day.
the lime spreader heading away. He's been in the last couple of days just spreading lime on our forage crop fields. So we're putting fodder beet in and sweets.
Oh,
The feistiest cock.
yeah, he's already attacked me this morning, which is
He fancies himself, doesn't he? Come on. Not fancy it, great. She's still.
Are you giving Holly a bonus for being a first-class camera person? I think you should, guys. Come on.
You just made that question up.
No, I didn't. Okay, we've got another question. Perhaps non-farming viewers would like to know how dead stock are disposed of. So, Lammy.
Well, interestingly, we had a visitor here last week. I can tell you a story. He's quite keen to buy some unfortunate lambs from us
Oh, yeah.
for feeding to his python. That's one way of doing it. Probably the more common way is we have what we call the knacker van who comes in. We put them into a designated bin, and he comes in every couple of days. And once the bin is full, which is maybe once a week, sometimes every few days, and he will lift the dead stock and dispose of it through incineration. So look, this lamb can see. That one there, she's going to lamb. I think she's going to pop it out. Can you see? I don't know if you can zoom in on the camera.
I can't zoom, no, I tried.
I think she's going to... Or should we lamb her?
Oh, we can't zoom, I don't think, no. Oh yeah, we can. Oh, we can zoom.
How did you do that?
I don't know. There we go, look at that. Like David Attenborough. Farm edition. Although she's faced the other way now, so...
We go around the sides.
Yeah.
I think David does the camera work as well, by the way.
I think he's just the talent. This is the talent here.
Talent's behind the camera.
From the USA, cool. How long is your lambing season?
We mate 2 cycles, so I would say 90%, if not 95% of lambed in the first cycle this year, which is very good. Means 17, 18 days of full-on intensive lambing, then it tails off a bit. We find the hogs lamb a bit later, so we have most of them left. I think they spend the first couple of weeks running away from the tups rather than getting involved. So we're quite happy with that because it gives us a little bit more time to spend with them once we're finished out with the main lambing. But we'll wean them at the same stage, so the lambs will be a wee bit lighter, a wee bit younger. But it gives these girls an opportunity to recover and hopefully scan having a set of twins next year, which is the real challenge, is to really look after these girls, make sure that they grow on and they can produce a good couple of lambs next year. So we can see that one there. Is that, have we got a head, or is that his feet? Feet and a head. There's a head there, so she's almost there. It'd be lovely if we could see.
Sorry, guys. There we go.
It'd be lovely if we could see an unassisted birth. They do take a bit longer, as I've said, with the hogs. Just first time and all. They need a bit more time to open up. She's certainly not in distress, so quite happy to leave her a little longer. There's a bit of time between contractions, but she is making progress. That's the main thing. So you can see that head's almost about to come through. Come from this side. As long as she's making progress, I'm happy to leave her.
You see feet and a nose.
Yeah, nose is going to pop, hopefully. There we go. Head's out, feet's out. Just need to hope that she pushes the rest out in good time. Go on, girl, push. And this is the bit where it kills you because you want to rush in and pull the skin off its nose, but she's hopefully going to one more push and it'll pop out.
Come on, girl.
There we go. Now the head's shaking, so that's going to burst the membrane. and then she's going to get up and start licking. There you go, a wee cough, you can hear the lungs inflate. And there's the eyes opening, and its head's lifting. And she's starting to talk to it. She's still trying to figure out what just happened, I think. You're a superstar, Holly. Look, from Fern McGregor.
Fern's my fan. I like Fern.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that either, Holly.
Well, you just do that with your fingers.
You must have much more delicate fingers than I.
I spend more time on social media, that's what it is.
So look, we've got mum and baby both looking to talk to each other. They're just, mum's not quite worked out. She maybe just wants a rest. But she's going to stand up and...
Oh, look at it. I have a question for you. No, it's don't look scared.
You personally?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think it's a question that probably people might want to know. Why do you put the hogs in lamb instead of waiting till they're gimmers?
We have found that lambs and hogs are fantastic mothers. They will be really attentive to the lambs, and I feel that first experience they get as a hog makes them a better gimmer. So they will actually be a better mum second time around. And when we're lambing outside, we really don't want trouble, stress for them outside, because it means catching them if they need to be assisted. It means, yeah, it just creates all sorts of havoc. So we feel like a better gimmer as a result of having that experience as a hog. Similarly, we don't wait 2 years. From a commercial point of view, we don't wait 2 years to find out she's a non-breeder, or she's a terrible mother, or she
That's
doesn't have
true.
milk. So we will then cull anything that doesn't lamb as a hog. So from a commercial point of view, there we go, perfect.
Yeah.
It works in our favour too.
They're actually really good mums, which has surprised me.
I think some people have had issues with lambing hogs because they can be quite wild, but we find that they're quite, well, once they get used to it, they're quite docile. But we do lamb them outside if the weather was good. There's a field out the back which is ideal because it's, you know, there's a nice bit of shelter in there too, and we can keep an eye on them. But this indoor lambing has really been forced by the kind of terrible weather we've been having the last few days.
I've been photobombed by this sheep. She's just gone right in the way.
Just not tall enough.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
So yeah. That's pretty much perfect. So I'm going to give her a bit more time. Get a pen ready. Have we got any pens left? Did we decide? Or we fill the last one up?
I think we may have filled the last one.
So I think what we need to do is take some of it, one of the older lambs out, and muck it out. But, we'll go and pick a pen.
Happy sheep and a happy lamb.
So I'm pretty happy. I know it's not quite as clean. This is another reason we like lambing outside. It's a much cleaner environment. But we do bed this pen daily, topping it up with fresh straw. And we use lots of, what's it called? Biozord disinfectant powder.
That's right. I'll show you.
Which minimises any, bacterial build-up or risk of these lambs becoming ill.
Oh, it's 1:32. Is that your time up?
Time up. Right. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look forward to any questions. Happy to answer. Really great initiative, the Lambathon. Well supported. Thank you for everyone for following, and I wish everyone else that's still lambing the best of luck. I know it's very tough at the moment with the weather, the way the cold weather's been, and there's been quite a few losses, which is really hard to see. But you know, it is it's the life of farming. Unfortunately, it's the peaks and troughs that we go through. One of the things we can't control is the weather. We are on the 6th of May. We would be hoping for warmer weather than what we've had, but you know, we just have to, you know, have a contingency plan or do our best, and hopefully after a couple of days it'll warm up again. So thanks again, and I'm going to take this off you and flip you around and say thank you to Holly. You saved my lamb.
Really glamorous today.
So really delighted, and thanks again for tuning in, and glad that you got to see a live birth. Okay guys, have a good day, all the best.